Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this JV state championship here in somewhere in Chicago, Illinois. I'm Elijah Hall, and I'm here with Malachi Martin. Malachi, how are you today?
I'm doing excellent. We got here about an hour ago. The sun is shining, but there's a little bit of cloud cover, so it's not too hot, not too cold. Anyways, I'm doing awesome, just like every other day that I can watch rugby.
All right, and then we start off with a kickoff right to Marist here, to a big man, and he takes it right into contact. It's a nice tackling right here from Salette. They pass it out to a winger, and it kind of gets a bit of a messed up there, but we got some nice tackling from Max Strauss and Ian Whitehead. The good clear from Theo. Couldn't quite get it, but there's a little bit of a dropped ball, and they can't really hang on to it. Looks like Marist is just pounding out their forwards. A nice tackle there from Theodore Carlisle. They pass the ball back out. Ian Whitehead looks like he almost touched it or something, but Sir will give them Marist the penalty for offsides. So they will do what Marist does and probably kick it somewhere far. Nice kick right in front of the 50-meter line, marked by the touch judge. So let's start off with a line out to Marist right in front of the 50.
Yeah, luckily the Hayes side, the nickname for our JV, they've been doing a pretty good job at the lineouts lately. I've seen them practicing, and they're doing a really good job. So, I do believe that they have enough skill to steal this, but even if they don't, then just so far their defense has been pretty good. So I think that they can stop the other team before any big damage is done.
I was talking to Mr. Hayes, Coach Hayes, before the game, and he said that he's pretty confident that our JV can win the state championship. And the Marist pulled out of the third place game. That's supposed to happen today for varsity because they had prom night. So we got the automatic third place.
And you can see Alexander Trella was holding on there for the tackle, doing a good job. The defense is being very tenacious. They're really running up. Thomas Schrader runs up, but it's passed off. He gets a tackle, brings him down.
Okay, I just made a very, very funny face, but that's okay. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, there's going to be a scrum off the knock-on to Salette.
Yeah, it's really awesome to see how far the JV side has gone since the beginning of the season. Their scrums have gotten a lot better. They're not really getting pushed back anymore. Sam Green's definitely got a lot better at scrum half. He's not feeding the ball straight into the other side anymore, so that's definitely good. Ball goes in. They keep possession. They're pushed back, but Sam Green gets his hands in there, pulls it out, and whips it out to Ian Whitehead.
Ian Whitehead takes it down the side, gets to the back line, cuts that on the outside. He turns out to speed Theo Carlisle with a nice offload there. Another tackle and a touch. I say some jolly good tackling here from Marist. It looks like there's a penalty awarded to Salette.
Yeah, it seems like both teams are getting the offsides, maybe just a little bit too eager, trying to run on the ball a little bit faster.
Quick tap by Sam Green, gets it to Xavier Dean. And a nice hit, breaks the tackle. Alexander Trella goes for the clear and gets it, getting nice and low. All that to Joe Rowe. Trousers, also known as Trousers. And Theo Carlisle with a nice little run there. Got a couple meters, and Joe Mackin gets kind of blown off the ruck by a massive man.
Bit of a knock-on by the Salette Lions, so it'll be a scrum.
Another scrum on another day. Hopefully we can get our hooker, anonymous person named Strauss, to get the ball, steal it, and get it out to the backs and do some cooking. Cook up them sandwiches. We don't like the oil cooking. We saw that against St. Ignatius when they were cooking up oil and didn't turn out too well. So you got to get those sandwiches. We like salmon avocado sandwiches. BLTs are pretty good too.
If anybody's confused at home, don't worry, so am I. I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all for the
Anyways,
record.
Marist feeds it into the tunnel, and it's knocked straight back, and they keep possession of it.
Push straight back. Here's Marist forward running with it up. Nice tackle from Trousers from L.A. Anthony Los with a nice tackle. Looks like there's a steal going on off a knock-on. Losslett gets the advantage and loses the ruck, but because there's a knock-on, there'll be a scrum to Salette. Wait a minute. To Marist. Looks like the advantage is lost. Nope, never mind. He just pointed in the wrong direction. Sandgreen will put the ball in for Salette.
Looks like there's a little bit of confusion about where the 8-man's supposed to be, but he figures it out. Sam Green rolls it back in. The other hooker tries to steal it, but he's not good enough. Sam Green keeps it, whips it out to Ian Whitehead.
Ian Whitehead gets that to Deshaun Holman. Holman kind of gets a turf monster, which is a slip, and falls down. Sam Green gets the ball right out to Ian Whitehead again. Passes it out to Darren Sparzo, who will kick it up nice and high. Received by their 12. And a tackle from Joe Mackin. He smeared the man. Talk about a breakthrough in evolution. Joe Mackin making that nice tackle. Ball's back out. That's a big number 21. But Tony Lillis has got his arms around him and brings him down. He ain't running cross country anytime soon. Now it looks like they're just trying to run it in with their forwards because they are bigger.
Yeah, just like every other team, really, that we play. They have the bigger forwards, but we have the better backs. So it all evens out, and usually it evens out to our favor where we win. So maybe we'll see some more of that. If we can just get it past their big guys, then I think we're home free.
They get to Legarius. It looks like he does a nice little run there, and he takes it inside.
Lions are now putting up for some goal line defense. Knocking right at the door.
And the 8-man for Marist will put down a try to begin this game, this first half. Marist already putting down a try. Looks like Losslett just couldn't quite get the... They were getting sucked in by all those big forward crashes right off the ruck. And then they passed it out, and there was nobody really there to make the tackle except maybe a couple small guys. And that was a big, quick guy running in.
That's usually our technique, really, I'd say, is we use our forwards, pull the defense in a little bit, and then whip it out to our back. Usually we're not seeing that too much from the other team, but they definitely use their own technique against us. But, hey, imitation is the highest form of praise. So
from the best.
Also, for a lot of teams that if you get scored on for the first try of the game, a lot of teams might fall into a dump. But a lot of times for La Salette, if the other team scores first, it really just kind of clicks things into gear, and then things really start moving. So there's definitely no bad omens from this. I'd say that even just because we got scored on, then we're going to play harder for the rest of the game because of it.
Click, click, boom situation where you got it on the end of your boomstick. You got to let it go.
Speaking of the boomstick, the 15 is taking his sweet time setting up the kick. Really wants to be professional. Oh, he's a left footy.
Left footer.
Left footer.
Footy, I guess.
Well, you're a lefty, left footy.
Footy. Fruity.
And it goes in.
So they start off 7-0 in this state championship. Last time Marist played, Losslett played Marist, they lost by about 10 points. Looks like they're a bit lost in setting up, Marist is. Well, looks like they're getting the hang of it slowly but surely. The drop kick is out and picked up by the number 6. And a nice tackle from Joseph Mackin, racking up those stats. Don't see that quite often, but it's good to see that now in the state championship. Ball's back out. Anthony Lillis, a nice tackle. He's not missing at all. Ball's back out. Bit of a high tackle there from Theo Carlisle, but William Reed will make it look like nothing bad happened. Ball's back out. Mason Wilson, Thomas Schrader couldn't quite get the tackle, but here's Anthony Lillis yet again with 3 tackles today so far. And a forced knock-on by Xavier Dean. Tommy Schrader. Tackled down. Losslett will get the possession. See, Sangre didn't really know what he was going to do with that ball for a second. Gives it to Xavier Dean. The Dean machine. Mean, lean, Dean machine.
Looks like he passed it out to nobody, but the Sir will bring it back to the knock-on advantage.
Righty-o. And I think Tobias McQuillan is going to give William Reen $5 if he chip kicks it to himself and scores. So hopefully we'll see that from Bad Billy today. Of course, William Reen's not a bad person. We just call him Bad Billy because it's
more like
kinda
Michael
fun.
Jackson kind of bad, you know, like I'm bad kind of thing, you know. Anyways,
yeah.
doing a good job with our scrums.
Sam Green, because that's a Joe Rowe. So our scrum was pretty good. Looks like getting the ball out, though, is kind of difficult, which might just be the easiest part of scrumming, but I don't know. Maybe it's a bit difficult. Wind picked up a bit, I guess, with that specific spot at a specific time, and like did a little fishtail thing and then blew the ball a bit south and then north, and then Justin Romero couldn't quite catch it. He was a bit of a spaceman. Like he was a bit in a spacesuit there.
Well, anyways, it's their scrum, and we can't quite get it.
8-man pick, and it looks like he's tackled right outside the scrum by Sam Green.
That's not something that I expect to see.
Trella gets run over as Thomas Schrader will make a tackle. Looks like it's stolen, though. Lassette will get it, but the zero call offsides. Lassette will get the penalty. Sam Green can get the quick tap. Gets it to Tommy. Tommy Schrader gets and wrapped by a nice bear hug. And it goes some good ruck over from Jack Staffke and Max Staus. Ian Whitehead takes it into contact, breaks a couple of tackles. Dominic Trask with a nice little clear. Actually, that was Sean Holman. Xavier Dean takes it in. Max Staus fumbles the ball a bit forward. And there'll be another scrum. Now it looks like Jake the Snake will probably be doing a good job here in the scrum. Hopefully number 1, that's one of the hardest positions to be in. You got to keep everyone from moving around in the wrong directions. It looks like the guy who's playing against him is nice and fluffy, so you have a nice pad to scrum up against. Off the scrum, Andrew Staffke can't quite get the tackle, but Ian Whitehead will, and our Alexander Trella, also known as Big Al. This is the ruck. Andrew Staffke with a tackle from somewhere in Minnesota. And it's poached. Ian Whitehead from St. Clement, Missouri. Started multiple different places in Missouri. Thomas Schrader gains -5 meters. Well, that's Xavier Dean. Breaks a tackle. Xavier Dean emerges through a hole and gets past the 50. But it looks like it was knocked on. Might have been when Sam and Trella was going into the rug. Looks like he touched the ball by accident.
I think I saw a little bit of a knock on when Xavier was brought to the ground. He tried to flip around, but the ball went forward and it hit the ground before he could gain control of it and then pull it back into the ruck. So I think that might be what it's for.
Yeah, I'm just confused because it looks like someone's patting Trella on the back.
Yeah, there was a lot of hands and feet and lots of things going on. Anyways, Salette nice and low for the scrum. Comes out and they kick it.
A spiral kick to JT, the football player. Cuts inside. Spin. Nice offload to Theo. Nice offload there. And Theo will take it quite a few meters and regain what they lost. Looks like those balls kind of.
There's another offsides penalty awarded to La Salette.
Yes. That's what I was going to say. I knew that. Actually, no, it wasn't, but okay. Looks like Sean Holman's going to kick it down into touch somewhere. Down in the deep. He kicks it. And it's right in front of the, is that the 22 or is that the try zone? It's the 22. No, it's right in front of the try zone. Yes.
Yeah,
Sean Holman with a nice kick.
7 meters out. I think they can make it.
Now this is when they got to get something cooking. Start cooking some sandwiches. Or some brisket. Be smoked brisket. Yes.
Yeah, Elijah's very excited about the brisket. We smoked brisket. as the junior class for the entire school a week ago, and that turned out pretty well. So definitely do that more.
Very, very good.
Anyways, Xavier Dean smokes the ball through the line out. Salette keeps possession of it, whips it down its back line.
Ian Whitehead, offload to Deshaun Holman.
They get it
Gets
all
it
the
to
way
Dominic
down.
Trask. Dominic Trask will put it down for the try. William Reed will put it down for the try. Bad Billy from Greenville, Green something, Indiana. And Joe Mackin is flashing his brightest smile at the camera. Oh, now he's got his hands up. Oh, what a play from Bad Billy. And he'll give a hard kick for Sean, but great run, great hands on the outside there, all the way down. A good thing Sean got that out, because at first I thought he was going to try and cut inside and do some leaping, but broken handling on a breakaway on the other field for the Seaside State Championship. They'll put one down for a try. Broken handling with a breakthrough. Anyways, we're back here on the JV. And Sean kicked the ball. And the kick was good. Says Kenny. Kenny says the kick was good, which means that it might not have been, but I guess we'll. Okay, it was good. Okay, it's confirmed. Okay, it's good. Good. And in case Marist is going to kick off again.
And it looks like Pilot Schrock is put on the field. Isaac Schreck.
From Sylvie, Texas, or at least he was. Now the ball is kicked, and Sean Holman. DeShante.
He uses some of his basketball skills to kind of juke out the other side.
Thomas Schrader with a pick. That's what we call a pick and roll. William Reen with a nice clear. Ball out to Big Xavier. The mean Dean machine. Takes it past the 22. And a nice ruck from Darinus Esparzus. The ball's out to JT. Turns out some slim and shifty, but can't quite.
The ball goes back to a penalty.
Sam Green. Gives to Sean Holman. Looks like Sean Holman's going to kick it.
All right, looks like they're looking for some more territory. If they can pull what they did last time, then I think that'd be a very good thing.
Sean Holman.
He sends it.
Nice and high off the end of his boomstick.
Just about 3 meters away from the 50-meter line.
And the ball in rugby, when the ball is kicked into touch, is not where the ball hits the ground. It's where the ball passed out of the out-of-bounds line, even in the air. So the line judge has to judge the place where the ball went out-ish.
I mean, you'd think that it's very subjective, but I mean, they can pretty much tell. Having been a touch judge, and I'm very proud of this, I had a lot of very subjective, objective calls. It's about there. Actually, one time I fell asleep when they kicked it, so I had no idea where it went out, so I just kind of like ran over to this side and was like, yeah, it was here, sir. Yeah, let's go. Anyways, we have no such problems with these refs. They're very professional. Xavier sends it in.
It's one.
Saved by Tony Lillis.
One by Tony Lillis. Then they get it out to the back line. Here's Ian the Whitehead. Ian Whitehead. Well, I don't see what was going on there. There's some confusion. But Lasso will keep the ball, and that's all that matters. Thomas Schrader. Nice little pokey run. Ian Whitehead. To Xavier Dean, and a nice hit. Get to Joseph Romero, the spaceman.
And he kicks it into touch.
Straight into touch. No delay. No funny business.
He
Just meant it.
He just didn't quite know how strong his kick was. I think what he was trying to do was his classic little chip kick to himself and maybe run it down. He's done that several times before. But I guess lightning doesn't hit the same place 17 times in a row.
And that was a bit of an oopsie-daisy play, I guess you could say, but it'll be a Marist line out.
Anyways, they're setting up.
As one does when they're
They send it up. It's almost stolen for La Salette, but they couldn't quite get it.
Jump split from the other guy jumping in the lineout to win the ball.
But Andy Staffke's on defense. They don't go anywhere. Jake Staffke follows up with another tackle.
My Malachi, you are very talkative today.
Yeah, I had a sore throat tonight, I tell you.
That's definitely the reason. In any case, picking going a nice stop from Xavier Dean and Max Staus. Then they get to another big man. To a fast man that he is taken down right off the bat.
Andy Staffke showing his presence again, clearing the ruck. Isaac Schreck takes a big man down.
And the sure will call. So we'll call offsides probably, diving in the ruck. Get to a forward. Isaac Schreck with the tackle. The ball was knocked forward. And looks like there'll be a scrum to La Salette.
We apologize if there's any shaking of the film right now. Some of the B-side players have to leave to get ready for their game, so there's ground's a little bit shaky. Should be better in a couple minutes, or at least actually just a couple seconds. Anyways, the scrum is getting set up. Sam Green is thinking through his different options.
Eeny, meeny, miny, that.
They crouch, they bind, they set, but there's a little bit of a collapse.
No bueno esta. And the sir will do some talking to the forward row for Marist.
Anyways, they crouch, they bind, they set. Sam Green taps it in. Comes out nice and smooth.
Bing boing. It's out to
Joe Rowe.
Joseph Romero gets it to Theodore Carlisle. Theodore with a zoom. Finally gets taken to ground. He gets it out to a forward pass, Xavier Dean. Kind of loses some ground there. A nice clear by Jake. And taken in by Max Staus. They get to the backs, and Ian Whitehead drops it and it's tipped forward. Now there'll be advantage to Marist. Ian Whitehead getting some reassuring words from his scrum half, Samuel Green.
It'll go back to the knock-on scrum. Let's see if Max Staus gets a little bit adventurous, perhaps steals the ball.
Going into the unknown of getting praised by his coach. That was a joke, by the way. I don't know if that's not actually real. Sam Green can't really get him, but he slows him down. But it looks like the big man's just walking on top of people, like he's walking on a bridge somewhere. And then the ball's fumbled out. Nice tackle by Theodore Cutterschleiser on the outside. Max Staus and Darren Esparza with another team tackle. Jake Staffke and Lillis with another team tackle. And Lillis and Xavier Dean with another team tackle. These team tackles are really helping out La Salette, not moving quite very far. A nice tackle from Max Staus. Max Staus is known for his vicious tackling. Ian Whitehead. Now it would appear. And there's a penalty advantage given to Marist. They quick tap and go and make quite a few meters. Jake Staffke holding someone's hand, bringing him out of the ruck. Now it looks like the same Legerius goes down. Getting in pretty far, breaking quite a few tackles.
Marist is coming to the same spot on the try line. La Salette doing with their goal line defense. But the sir will call the try. And the score will go up to 12-7.
here in this first half.
Yeah, it's definitely a very evenly matched game. Nobody's stomping on anybody else. We're really seeing the ball moving a lot, going up and down the field a lot. So both teams' defense is holding pretty well, but then also both teams' back line, surprisingly, even from Marist, is really utilizing any holes that they see. I mean, also the penalties that are being committed on both sides are really helping with the ball movement. I think that's just because we're doing a pretty awesome job tackling and forcing knock-ons, and then the other team is so big that they're forcing knock-ons sometimes. Anyways, 15 sets up, runs out the ball.
Boom shakalaka down the middle.
Kick is good.
He's good. The serve says 9 minutes. 9 minutes remaining in this first half. It looks like Tim Walsh is also on the field with his clipboard. Hopefully he doesn't get run over. While Seth's setting up, getting ready to do the kickoff. Sean Holman about to do the drop kick, making sure everyone's ready and behind. There it goes, up nice and high. It's caught by the big man. We get to another big man. Anderson tackling into another big man. And a nice tackle from Anthony Lillis. To another big man. A nice tackle from Anthony Lillis. Now they get that to the backs. I thought there was going to be a litany going on there, but I guess not. A nice tackle from Bad Billy Reen. And Ian Whitehead with the poach. Stealing it for Lost Salette. Places it, and Lost Salette will retain, but he will get possession of the ball. Xavier Dean. A nice run. Gains about a meter or so. Right onside the 22. What will the serve call? Serve will call an offside penalty against Marist for Lost Salette ball. Now what's going to happen? What's Leslie going to do? They're going for points.
Well, this is interesting. We don't really see this a lot. Looks like Sean Holman's going to go for it. Couple of meters behind the 22 line.
Well, he was warming up. I did see him kick one from the 40-ish that went in. It's a decently deep kick, considering that the posts are on the back side of the try zone, which is not usual in rugby because these are football posts. But Sean Holman, high, off to the outside. Not quite. Looks like he rushed it a bit. Off the side of his boot. Didn't get quite enough under it.
Well, anyways, it'll be a scrum at the 22. Nope, never mind. Excuse me. Drop kick. Thought there was going to be a scrum with the 3 forwards there, but they were just trying to charge down the ball. Whitehead picks up the return.
Turns on some little shifty there. Before it's sprawlingly brought down right in front of the 50.
Big man tries to clear the La Salette ruck, but he can't quite get it.
Thomas Schrader was on the case there. Here's Xavier Dean. Isaac Shutt with a good clear. Here's Max Douse. He breaks his tackle before he's finally brought down. Now he gets to Joseph Romero. To Theo Carlisle. He hits the gap. Theo Carlisle breaks his tackle. Theodore Carlisle down the field. He just has to break one more, and he almost does. He's grounded by the jersey. He breaks it. He goes to the middle. Theodore Carlisle for the try. Our boy Theo will get the try down there for La Salette off a great pass from Joseph Romero. He hit that gap and broke those tackles, and he just could not let that jersey pull stop him from going full force, full speed into a slam jam.
Well, there's definitely a little bit of excitement. That was really confusing. I mean, how the heck did he make it past that? Looked like the guy practically had him down, but he broke out. Another guy couldn't even get him, and he just burned past everybody. That was insane. Anyways, Sean Holman taking the kick while everybody else gets water right before halftime. It's definitely been a very exciting game this entire time with plays like that.
And Holman puts it right up through the middle and puts it into the brush right in front of a little, I guess you wouldn't really call that a lake, more like a water reservoir, but
More like just like a little pond. Anyways, first half, lots of running the ball, a little bit of kick, quite a few penalties for Los Salette, so we didn't commit them, but we definitely benefited from them. We've seen pretty much a tied game the entire time, lots of skill on both sides. They're really working their way up, the Lions are, so it'll definitely be an exciting second half. Anyways, we'll see you in a couple minutes.
This
second half is brought to you by Pop-Tarts and Cheez-Its. Yum. Sorry, we've been wanting to do that for a long time.
Welcome to the second half of this JV state championship, home of the free and land of the brave. Salette tying Marist 14-14 here. Saw some good stuff in the first half, but now the second half is underway. Deep kick to Joseph Romero. Romero cuts inside, does some shifty before he goes into contact, before he finally goes down. And a nice run from Max Staus. Sam Green to Ian Whitehead. Gives it to Sean Holman. Gets caught up in a bit of traffic.
Xavier Dean gets the ball, breaks through, takes 4 people to take him down. Might be because his older brother, Luke Dean, is watching him, giving him strength. Luke Dean was a monster back in his old day when he was on the rugby field.
Correction. Absolute monster.
Right. Sorry, forgot about the adjective. Anyway, Sean Holman gets the penalty, and he's going to send it into touch.
And it goes into touch.
Good calculations by the touch judge. Stands right at the spot where it goes out, so all she has to do is flip up her flag, and there it is. Anyways, it'll be a line out for Salette.
Xavier Dean will be throwing it in. And Marist is calling something for some reason. Salette's also going to be calling something. Or are they going to keep it a secret? Are they going to run a buck splitter, splitter, splat? They do. Oh.
It was not straight.
Not straight. Man, Alex got it, and I thought he was going to run it in and do some good stuff, but looks like the sir called it back. Not the the sir.
Yeah, Alexander Trull is definitely known for his line-out plays. You know, last year when I played with him, he liked to get the ball, and he did a really good job of running into contact right off the line-out.
You played rugby last year?
Yes, I played rugby last year. I'm not on a team. Not on, like...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
it was F-side.
It was F-side.
Yeah.
F for effort.
Ha, ha, ha.
Anyways, Marist scrum. He rolls it in. Almost stolen by Staus, but not quite.
Oh,
they
so
keep it, but it bounces.
It doesn't bounce. He threw it straight at the ground. That's a whamp, whamp, whamp play. But oh well. It'll be a scrum to Salette this time. Tommy Schrader all hyped up.
The angels of karma are smiling upon us today. Max Staus tried to steal it, didn't get it, but he was rewarded with his own scrum.
At this rate, you might as well call it a stolen scrum.
Almost like the semifinals when the ball was tossed against the Sir, and then we were given the scrum, but it was stolen from us. It was stolen from the very beginning. It was very sad.
They win it. Sam Green gets it to Spaceman. Gets it to Theo. Theodore Carlisle takes into contact. Dominic Trask is in. D-T. Dominic Trask. D-T. Dominic Trask is here. And they get it out to the outside. So Sean Holman with the spin move. Gets it to Bad Billy Reen. Bad Billy takes it inside the 22. And a nice low rock over by Trello. Look at that form.
Ian Whitehead gets the ball. Snake eyes past to Xavier Dean. Takes another 4 people to take him down.
Now Salette just hammering it in now. They get it to Spaceman. Out to DT, Dominic Trask. Can't quite do the spin move. He was assaulted by 3 red and white bumblebees. Actually, they're called Red Hawks.
Not releasing is called against Trask.
And Marist will do a quick tap, hence the quick tap, and they will take it into contact. Now they get to their forwards. Pilot Shrek with a nice tackle.
And a beautiful little slow pass and a knock on. It'll be another Salette scrum. Yeah, a lot of times the scrum half will be tempted to throw it really fast, but the faster you throw it off the scrum, since the ball already is on the ground, you're tempted to throw it really close along the ground, and then they just simply can't catch a pass like that. That's where discipline comes in, and it looks like Sam Green's being very disciplined. He's really making sure that the ball goes where it needs to be. Anyways, they crouch, they bind, they set. Sam Green puts it in. Kept safe. Pulls it out and sends it to Joe Rowe.
That's a Dominic Trask. Now he's in a bit of a predicament. He gets taken into touch. But on the other seaside field, they did a little chip kick, and J.P. Agbaperone scored the try. But now back here on this JV, there's going to be a lineup for Marist Redhawks. Hooker going to be throwing it in. And this is going to be an eeny, meeny, miny, mo play. Who's going to win it? The tall A-man or the tall Anthony Lillis? Illinois or everywhere else?
It's truly a showdown of lanky, tall people. Who can win? He smiles. Oh, they don't even throw it.
A nice tackle from Max Staffs. Gets a big man. Missed tackle from Jake Stack. He was helped out by his classmate Max Staffs. And they get to Legarius, and he
it's stripped from him. He runs for it, but he eventually recovers it.
Nice tackle from Theodore Carlisle. And Theo Carlisle again with another tackle back-to-back. Some good stuff seeing here. And there's a bit of a breakaway on the sideline. Joseph Romero on the case. Kind of slips and falls, but a nice tackle from Sam Green, preventing a try off that, and he's in a touch. Lost that line out. Now, what will fate say today?
Well, we certainly can't lose this, and if we do win it, which we absolutely must, then I'd assume that they're just going to get it out to Holman for him to kick, to give them a little bit of breathing room.
Must win it, Precious. Must win it.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Gollum. Anyways,
Smeagol.
Xavier Dean throws it in. Anthony simply pops it straight to his own guy, and Holman boots it into one of the Marist face, who then uses his nose to put it down for a try.
And that was a bit of an ipsy-daisy play as well, as it ball was out to Sean Holman. He kicked it, and it looks like he needed to put a bit more air underneath that. He's also fumbled around a bit, so he gave Marist time to charge up. But that's that.
Yeah, you can't be perfect all the time, but I'd say overall the game is, they've been doing a pretty good job of keeping the play moving really fast, you know, keeping the ball moving. There's not been a whole lot of stagnation. So I'd say that's definitely a plus for this JV side, the Hayes side.
As one John Bronner would say, what is done will forever be done, and there's nothing you can do about it. But that's okay. You just got to keep trying.
If at first you don't succeed, pay the ref.
Well, that's not the way you're supposed to do it. But if you're going to cheat, you got to cheat hard.
Anyways, we're not going to cheat. We don't need to. Anyways, the 15 sets up for the kick. He sends it.
And it's short. It was short. It was no good now. If Lhasa scores a try and puts up a kick, they'll be in the lead. Now, these are the things that mess up teams.
But for now, the score is
19-14.
19-14.
Marist.
It's been a very close game all day. As the clock ticks down and we're into the last couple tens of minutes. It's definitely getting tight.
This is a drum roll type situation.
Holman sends it.
Ooh, a nice drop kick. See by the number 9.
Chased by Thomas Schrader, but he can't quite get his arms around him.
What a tackle from Xavier. The man ceased to exist. De profundis.
We're seeing a lot of good, strong tackles.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, they're really throwing a lot of people into that ruck.
That's what I like to see.
They're scared.
And the Sir calls collapse into ruck. Penalty awarded to Marist. The 10 will take it in. Theodore Carlisle. The nice wrap and a tackle stops him right in his tracks, if he made any tracks. Yeah, Schrader does the same exact thing. Theo again with a nice swing down. Now they're pounding out their forwards again. Xavier Dean. Nice tackle. They get out to their backs. Saying Andy Staley's able to hold on to the sweater. Now to get it to number 4. 4-on-4, Lillis. Can't quite get a tackle. Sean Holman getting quite tackled, out of bounds. Saved the ball right on time. Marist getting close to their try zone. And a nice tackle from Xavier.
Almost out, but they managed to offload it right before.
Kudos to the Marist guys for popping those passes out right before it goes out. It's kind of hard to do sometimes.
Yeah, we're seeing solid goal line defense, though. They pass it out to the middle.
Jake Staffke. Oh, but there's a whistle. There's the whistle. And the third will call it back for the scrum. Actually, no, it's just a penalty.
It's just a penalty. Sean Holman will take the penalty kick. This kick is better than his last one. He sends it high, and he sends it
into the stands. And Mr. Gabbard knocks it on. After Peter missed it. But it was a good effort from Peter and Mr. Gabbard.
Yes, they truly are the terrible two.
Malachi, Charity.
Oh, yes, they are the lovable duo.
Right. All right.
Anyways, Xavier Dean's going to take the ball for the lineout again. We've seen pretty solid lineouts from both teams. I don't think we've seen too many steals. Anyways, Lillis goes up. Almost stolen, but we managed to keep possession of it.
Xavier Dean with a nice run and pickup. Well, looks like they aim
Alexander
in.
Trellis saving the ball.
Alexander Trella. Big Al. And Sir will call back to knock on. And Wassett will get a scrum.
All right, we're slowly inching our way forward. We were just about getting shoved up against our own try line. Now we've got a lot of breathing room. We're almost at the 50. I'd say we're definitely just right on the 40 line. Anyways, they crouch. They bind.
What's the sir going to call? What is he going to call? Is he going to set? And the ball's in. Max Stas and a nice little hooky-wookie. And they get to Joe Rowe. Joe and Theo Carlisle.
The ball rolls out and Marist steals it, but the whistle blows.
And the sir will call. Drum roll, please. A penalty. Offsides. That was a good call from the sir.
We're about 5 meters from the half-court line. Sorry, the half-field line. I'm not sure why I'm thinking about basketball.
In rugby, it's pitch.
Right, the half-pitch line. Excuse me. Anyways, Holman pops it. Sneaky little thing. Pops it off to Xavier Dean instead of kicking it.
The ball's out to Joe Mackin.
Oh, Joe Mackin's took a little twirly-whirly ride. Finally brought to the ground.
Call that the carousel. And knocked forward. And it'll be a scrum to
Marist, our ancient enemy. Anyways, they're taking their time. Marist setting up for their offload once the scrum is done. Anyways, they crouch the bind, they set, they feed it in. Their scrum half takes the ball and whips it out.
they get to a forward. Joseph Mackin looking for the interception in the pick 5. Joseph Mackin's underneath. Joe Mackin with the steal. That's a good play there from our
For
Joe
once,
Mackin.
being in the wrong spot was the right spot to be in.
Andrew Staffke making quite a few meters. Tom Staffke's all pumped up as his cousin does something cool.
Thomas Schrader takes it into contact.
It looks like there's a bit of an offload type thing to Thomas Schrader from Trello, and Thomas Schrader having a little conversation in the ruck. And a nice run from Xavier. Dean. Well, that's a JT. I'll see if he can turn on some of that. Oh, never mind. He just got manhandled, but that's okay. Ball's back out. Gives it to Ian Whitehead. Jumps inside, rolls up, and gains a few meters after the little roly-poly. Nothing wrong with that. Joe Rowe He's at Theo Carlisle. Theo Carlisle.
He
Bryce
steps
Horton.
a guy, but he's finally brought down by the waist. Offloads it to Tony Lillis.
Lillis was a bit forward. Yes, the ball was dropped forward, and the Cyril call. Knock on. Oh, Anthony dropped it. Oh well. That is that.
We're
And
moving
those
our
and
way
those.
forward, however.
And ours are the
We're inside their 40.
And looks like the Cyril will call a water break. Because it is a bit warm out here.
Yes, today is a bit toasty, but regardless of that, we're seeing excellent rugby for this JV championship. We're definitely seeing a lot of offloading, a lot of forwards use, and a lot of backs use. It's good to see that. Neither team is really just only using one part of their team or the other. So that's really good to see. Thomas Schrader and Xavier Dean working as an evil duo. Schrader really bringing into contact, couldn't pass a couple people, and then Dean really staying as the forward, smashing and pulling people in. Theo Carlisle's done a really good job cutting in, stepping people, and going for the run for the try.
On the C-side state field, the score is 22-19. Los Salette's in the lead. See if they can keep it throughout the rest of the game. Yes, as this water break is going on, there's not very many things to talk about. Other than, I guess nothing really.
Well, Mr. Hayes in his Hawaiian shirt definitely has something to talk to the team about. I think he's just giving them a couple words of wisdom and advice so that they can smear Marist right off this scrum and go in for the try that they so richly deserve.
Indeed, indeed. Everybody all tensing up. Who knows what's going to happen? As it is said in Latin, Deus sheet, which means God knows. And only God knows what is going to happen. That is quite obvious, but yes, Deus sheet. And also hopefully Deus Volt. Hopefully God wills it too. You never know. He might try to humble us very much, which he has done before. Which is always a good thing. He always does stuff for the best of us. I mean, for the betterment of us.
And this has been Elijah's Theology Class Part 12. We'll be back next week with more because right now we're doing rugby. Anyways, they come back for the scrum after that water break.
And they're all lining up. Looks like there's nobody new coming in. Oh, yes, there is. Chris Corner coming in at wing. Number 18, it appears number is. Crouch. Blind. Set. And the ball's pushed in. Couldn't quite steal it. 8-man pick. Alexander Trella trips him up. What a big owl play.
It's a solid counter ruck, but they can pop it out just before we can get our fingers on the ball. Good tackle by Ian Whitehead.
Side step around a big man and tackled by Jake Stack and Max Douse. Ball's out to their 8-man. Puts out a stiff arm. Runs down the field to Anthony Lillis. Gets the tackle. And a poach from Theodore Carlisle. A nice ruck over from Joe Mackin.
Whistle goes. And
Offsides.
a penalty for La Salette.
Yes,
Give
sir.
us
Yes, sir.
10 meters of breathing room.
And looks like Sean Holman will wipe it off on his jersey and go for the kick. Who will he aim for? Will he aim for the little child? No, he aims for his father.
Anyways, he sends it deep, hits the 40-meter line, just on the other side of the half-pitch line.
Mr. Whitehead will throw the ball back to Xavier. I'm sorry, I thought it was Ian Whitehead kicking for some reason. Yes, the Whiteheads are here. The Hodals are here. And the Deans are cheering on Xavier as he's about to throw the line out.
He sends it. Lillis gets it. Solid. Gets it to Green, who gets it to Joseph Romero, who then whips it down the back line.
Here is him. Gets it to Ian Whitehead. Ian Whitehead cuts outside. Breaks the tackle. Ian Whitehead down the field. Ian Whitehead cuts inside and places it down for the try. Ian Whitehead ties up the game for La Salette on this sunny day in Fox Valley, Illinois.
Who would have thought that Ian Whitehead had those kind of juke moves in him? Who thought that he could have just burned down 6, 7, 8 people as he goes in and sets down the try, cool as green beans?
As Joe Mackin would say, he lights the way with the bridges he burns.
And the ankles, but ankles don't burn as well as bridges do.
Depends on the bridge, unless it's covered in moss.
That is true.
Then it'd be wet. Or if a whale just, never mind, I was getting on tangents.
Anyways,
Get on tangents.
it's a corner kick. So Holman's going to have a little bit of difficulty. He points at the uprights,
Fingers
dedicating
crossed.
this kick to his mother. He sends it,
He puts
and
it
it's
through!
good.
He puts through the kick. Sean Holman takes the lead with a 2-pointer through the uprights of the difficult kick. Sean Holman 100% of the conversion. This is what we were waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. 21-19 with about 13 minutes left.
But it's in the last couple of minutes that La Salette's really got to stay tight. It's when everybody's tired that they really got to make sure that their defense is, staying as a cohesive whole, not letting any holes build up and then let their other big men run through it, because that's deadly for us. Anyways, we receive the kickoff. Ian Whitehead gets the ball again. Burns again. He's going.
Cuts on the outside. He cut on the outside again, offload to Thomas Schrader. Thomas Schrader takes it down, drops it. And no, he didn't. He dropped it and knocked it on. Oopsies. Unless it does a knock on. There'll be a scrum to Marist. But it is inside their 22, so also has the field position. Excuse me.
We most definitely have the advantageous position, even if we don't have the ball. It isn't all possession. Sometimes it is territory. Anyways, they crouch the boundary set. The ball goes in, and the ball comes out. Alexander Trella on the ball's case. He gets a tackle.
Nice tackle. Ball's got side. Chris Corner's on him. Chris Corner. Tackle him down. Just Romero's on it.
But they kick it. Sean Holman receives, but the whistle goes.
Whistle was the call. And the sure will give a scrum to
La Salette.
La Salette. What a play. What a tackle by Alexander Trella, getting that knock on right off the scrum with magnificent speed. William Reen subbing in for Chris Corner.
Any other person in Alexander Trella's spot would have just let the person who's closer to the ball done the tackle. But because that he did really go after the ball and just absolutely attack, he got that knock on and he did his team a great service to the little guys.
That's what he does. Sean Holman with his little gazelle hops. Gets inside, around 10 meters to go.
That's the Don Sean of Holman for you.
Schrader gets a bit picked up, and he gets a bit stuck.
It's a solid tackle. They're trying to go for the ball.
Do they get it? They do. They steal it. William Reen can't really quite get the tackle. Sean Holman goes for a bit of a ride. So he brings him down. You get the ball to a big man. Takes into contact.
Our defense is
tackle.
shifting, but the big guy gets through. Thomas Schrader brings him down.
Thomas Schrader. Sean Holman goes in
gets
for
his
the
hands in
poach.
there. Can he get the ball? No, he gets
can't.
driven off.
They get the ball to the wing. Justin Romero can't quite get the tackle. Joe Mackin pulls one down for 2. Ooh, Andrew Staffke simply pushed him down. Joe Mackin going in for the poach. Joe Mackin can't quite get it.
The offload, but Max Stouse is there to stop any comers.
Anthony Lillis, a nice tackle along with Ian Whitehead.
Whistle goes.
Diving in the ruck. The quick tap from a big boy. A nice
Joseph
tackle.
Mackin knocks his knees together, brings down the big boy. But Marist is going, breaking through our line. We're going to have to tackle from behind, stop him right before. We're at our goal line again.
Goal line defense, what we got to be doing now. Leslie going for the clear. Can't quite get it. Number 7 stuck in traffic. Ball's out. Gets it to the big man. So pushing and shoving. Also needs to push him out. They do. Kind of stressful right now.
Looks like we're doing a pretty good job holding onto that spot.
Advantage to Marist. Seaside wins the state championship. It's 27-24, and Marist just scored on the JV. Other than that, Seaside won the state championship.
Yeah, their game just ended right behind us. Everybody runs onto the field screaming and excited, especially the Frenchies who don't know what they're screaming about.
The last time we won Seaside was my freshman year. I just happened to be on that team, Well, yeah, it was freshman year we won Seaside State. Now this is the second time Seaside has won state.
Yeah, those were the halcyon days, weren't they? Glory days.
Back in my day when I was a freshman 2 years ago, I used to break my knees. In any case, there will be a kick here from number 15 for Marist. He'll punch it to the uprights.
Kick is good.
As the game is slowly closing, just 7 minutes left. Down by 5, a try and a conversion to take the win. About 7 minutes left.
It's towards the end of the game. We just got scored on. We can definitely be tempted to fall down and not try to get back up. But you got to remember that it's just 1 try and 1 conversion away. We've seen that we can do that. We can definitely punch it in the next 5, 6, 7 minutes. We can definitely make something of this game.
Definitely quite an even matchup here.
It's a good deep kick. Marist receives.
Nice tackle from Alexander Trella. Ball's back out.
It's a big guy, but Theo Carlisle isn't letting go.
Joe Mackin can't quite get a tackle and sets the screen.
Lillis gonna have to jump for it if he wants to get that. Gets him by the ankles, brings him down.
Nice tackle. Ball's back out. Joseph Romero sets the screen by accident. Alexander Trella hanging on, pulling down by the ankles. Marist is getting close again. Joe Mackin with a nice tackle and will steal the ball. Let's throw a call, penalty for
not releasing the tackled player before playing the ball.
Yes. That'll do it.
Yeah, once you're on the ground, you're not really a player on the field, actually. You have to get up or release the player before you can try to do anything for your team.
And the sir will give Marist a try. 2 right then.
Marist punches it in just off center.
Marist will go up 31-21.
going to take some heavy lifting, but if the Sur gives us any amount of time, then we still have a shot to win this JV state championship. He's looking at his watch. I'm not sure if we're going to have any time after this conversion. Anyways, he runs up, sends it through the uprights.
It's good.
Kick is good. It's looking like the Sur is giving us at least a few more phases of play.
Bum, bum, bum.
Sean Holman's going to have to be very strategic about where he places this next kickoff. If he can just manage to get it to the back to one of the smaller guys, we'll be able to run up as a line and stop him. But if he gets it to one of the bigger guys, they're able to get momentum, and it seems like we're just not really able to stop them in time. Anyways, he sends it off to the middle to a medium-sized guy.
Some missed tackles. Some more missed tackles there. Looks like it's some nice tackle from Alexander Chella. Give all the big man. Russell needs to spread. Russell gets something on the wing. Forward crash for number 6. Another forward. Gets picked up and put down nicely like cradling a baby to sleep. Jake Staffke. And Theodore Carlisle for the tackles.
Slowly moving back about a foot at a time.
They get off to one of their backs. Takes it down the sideline. They're 15. Picked up by another back. Alexander Chella looking for the poach. Couldn't quite get it. Theodore Carlisle make the tackle off the bat. Now let's see, Lossos can be on the defensive side so they can get something going. Penalty. Not clear. They get to the big man. They gets the pass off. A nice tackle from Thomas Schrader. Sam Green hangs on and brings him down. Falls out to a big man. He takes it inside. And he places it down for a try. Looks like Marist has just turned on the momentum big time. 38-21 now.
Yeah, that's 15 points unanswered that they've just heaped on our plate. I don't know, I think it's our tackling that's really suffering the most. We keep trying to cut in from the side instead of getting in front of it. Earlier on in the game, we were doing a pretty good job of just planting ourselves in front and really hitting hard in our tackles, but now we're just kind of trying to catch up, just kind of tackling from behind and from the side, and they're getting meters even when they are brought down.
And the kick is good. Sorry, Dominic Walsh, this is not what you wanted to see. And the Sur will blow the whistle multiple times, and that is game. Marist will win the state championship, and La Salette will come in second this season for JV. In that case, I'm Elijah Hall.
I'm Malachi Martin. It's been a great season broadcasting for you, and we'll see you in a bit.